Welcome. I am the 9mm Atheist. On this episode, is America a Christian nation? Not under any stretch of the imagination. Not even fucking close. It's a secular nation based on the freedom of religion. And part of that is the freedom to not have a religion. Christian nation, my ass. If it was based on a Christian nation, you wouldn't have the freedom to practice any religion you want, or lack thereof, at all. Christians don't give freedoms to other people. You fucking serious? Their whole MO is not giving people freedom, is taking away their freedom. Their freedom to their sexuality, their freedom to basically any decision or choice they make. It makes sexuality is just one prospect of that, but it doesn't even give them the freedom to have fucking money. So, no, not a Christian nation. And the founding fathers were not Christians. They were fucking deists. Which at the time, I would think at the time, being a deist would have been like being an atheist in the 1950s. It was way ahead of its time. Being able to admit you're a deist in the time of the founding fathers of this country, in the time of John Adams and Benjamin Franklin and shit like that, was unheard of. And I'm sure they got endless amounts of grief for it. But from the churches and everybody else. But they were deists, not Christians. They didn't believe in the Christian God at all. And as a matter of fact, most of the founding fathers wrote adamant letters and books about their hatred and loathing for the Christian religion in and of itself. Whatever. So what I'm saying is, it's not a Christian nation, and it shouldn't be a Christian nation. I think everybody has a pretty good idea what would happen if America became a theocracy based on the Christian religion. But to go even further than that, which denomination of Christianity is America supposedly based off of? Is it Methodist Christian? Is it Lutheran Christian? Is it Evangelical Christian? Is it Catholic? What version of Christianity is this country supposedly based on as far as Christian nation? You never get a straight answer to that because there isn't one, and because America's not a Christian nation. It was never founded under Christianity. It has nothing to do with Christianity. And so it's all horseshit. It's all hearsay. It's all opinion-based. When you hear people say this shit, it's what they want to believe, not what really is. If this was based on a Christian nation, we would not have a separation of church and state. And the fact that we have a bunch of different religions violating that on every level by putting their jibas in public school systems is... It's embarrassing. It really is. It's... Hold on a second. Anyway, sorry about the interruption. I am at work. Not a Christian nation, founded by deists, had no respect for the Christian religion in and of itself. Thomas Paine, yeah, try to call him a Christian. That'd have been funny as... That's funny. That's so stupid it's funny, because he was never a Christian. His book, Age of Reason, I've been listening to it on audiobook while I've been working, and I gotta tell you, he loathed Christianity. He loathed organized religion. You know, he believed in a prime mover, but with the technology they had at the time, that's understandable. I'm sure if Thomas Paine was alive today, with the technology we have, with the science we know today, he would not be a deist. He would be an outright atheist. And more avid, I think, than even Christopher Hitchens was. So we're not a Christian nation, and it's a good thing we're not. Because if we were founded under a Christian nation, we were founded under God, as people say, or as the evangelical right likes to say, there wouldn't, one, be freedom of religion. Two, America wouldn't be the country it is. It'd be another third world nation. Because we know for a fact that in countries where, one, it's based on, their government's based on a theocracy, and where women have no rights, they're at the basement. There's a reason they're called third world countries. But when in countries where the government is not, in fact, based on a religion, it's not a theocracy, and women have rights, the floor rises. That's why America is the way it is, because women's rights, because of the civil rights movement, because we're not a theocracy. We're a secular nation. If we were a theocracy, we would be in a world of hurt. We'd be a shitty country. And so I highly recommend The Age of Reason by Thomas Paine. Is a very good book. It is, the way he describes religion was so far ahead of its time that it's astonishing, honestly. And I think, like, he talks in his book, The Age of Reason, about a lot of the things atheists, modern atheists, talk about. And so he did this, a long time ago, several hundred, or a couple hundred years ago. And so, I mean, in all honesty, we got to let that go. That's not even an argument at this point. It really isn't. And it scares the shit out of me to see politicians in office holding to these Bronze Age belief systems and trying to pass them off into law. That is so beyond dark and despotic and depressing, and that future is like every apocalyptic future movie you've ever seen wrapped up into one. Just horrible shit. Horrible. And so, yeah, I wanted to say that. I wanted to get that off my chest. That's going to end this episode, and then I'll have a few others. Have a good one.